So what niche should a doctor choose on YouTube? If you've been watching the series, you've heard me talk about niche more than once. So today we're going to dive into that because this is the most important decision that you're going to make about your channel. If you get this right, everything downstream, your content, your growth, your monetization gets easier. If you get it wrong, you can do everything else well and still feel like nothing's working. So today I'm going to give you a clear framework, a practical way to make this decision once so that you can move forward with confidence about what your channel's about and who you're going to be speaking to. So let me talk about why this matters. A lot of physicians hear niche and they think that feels limiting. I don't want to box myself in. And I understand that. You've spent years developing a broad knowledge base. It feels unnatural to narrow it. But here's the reframe. A niche isn't a cage. Think of your niche as lights on an airport runway. It's how the right person finds you. And once they do, once they trust you, once they've watched several of your videos and they start to feel like they know you, you can expand. But that comes later. Channels don't start broad and then narrow down. They start focused and they earn the right to grow outward. And for doctors, that matters even more because a well-chosen niche doesn't just make you credible, it makes you the obvious choice, not one of the voices out there, the voice. But here's how to think about this. We're going to apply 3 filters in order. Filter 1 is genuine interest. You need to actually care about the topic, not just be qualified to talk about it. And there's a difference. YouTube is a long game. You're going to be making dozens and eventually hundreds of videos. If you pick a niche just because it's strategic, you're going to run out of energy. And that's going to show on video and your audience will sense that. So it's important to ask yourself, what do I actually enjoy talking about? What do patients ask me about? What do patients ask me about that I like explaining? What do I find myself reading about when I don't have to? Start there. Filter 2 is audience plus search behavior. Now we need to validate demand. So go to YouTube to the search bar and start typing in your topic, but don't hit enter. And watch what pops up in the autocomplete. That's going to give you real-time demand. What pops up in the autocomplete are the topics or questions that people are actually searching for. Then look at the results of those searches. Are there videos with views? Are there channels built around those topics? If yes, that's good. That's validation. The danger on YouTube isn't competition. The danger is no audience. You want a niche that's proven, but one that still has room for a very credible voice. Filter number 3 is monetization potential. Now, this one matters, and it's okay to acknowledge that. Not all niches monetize equally. And if part of your goal is optionality, income flexibility, reduced clinical dependence, then this has to be part of the decision. Strong niches tend to have engaged audiences, active problem-solving behavior, and people who are already spending money to find solutions. Examples that consistently work are longevity and aging, metabolic health, hormonal health, cardiovascular prevention, mental health in high-functioning adults, orthopedics for active or aging populations. These aren't the only options, but they have proven audiences and people who are actively searching those topics. This is all about the intersection of those 3 things. So we want to bring this all together, the 3 circles. So here are the 3 circles: what you actually care about, what people are searching for, and what monetizes. Your niche lives in the overlap. If you miss one of them, it breaks. If you have interest plus demand but no monetization, that's a hobby. If you have demand plus monetization but no interest in what you're talking about, that will lead to burnout. If you have interest plus monetization but no demand, that will leave you with a channel that's invisible. So you need all 3. And for most doctors, that intersection is more realistic than it might seem. Now, let's talk about one more layer because some of you are probably thinking, I still want to talk about multiple things. And that's good. You should. There's nothing wrong with that, but just not at the beginning. Start with a core niche and then expand intentionally. Think of it like this. You're building authority first, then adding depth. My own channel focuses on health and longevity after 50. But within that, I also talk about supplements, building strength, hormonal health, metabolic health. They're all connected, all serving the same demographic, aging men and women 50 and above who are actively searching topics about how to stay strong, healthy, and alive. That's the key to finding your audience, nailing down your niche and then expanding outward over time. So it doesn't feel scattered, it feels complete. So start with a niche, narrow, and then expand with purpose. So here's your homework before you watch the next video. Write down 3 to 5 potential niches, run them through the 3 filters, find the overlap, don't overthink it, don't try to make it perfect, just get to a working answer, because everything that comes next depends on that decision. In the next video, we're going to step into something that most physicians find unfamiliar at first: titles, thumbnails, and how the algorithm actually decides whether your video gets seen. It's more learnable than you think, and once you understand it, everything will start to click. I'll see you there.